booted us. It only happens on Tuesday evenings. I don't know why, but literally only during this game. We have technical issues. Every other game is fine. It's literally just this game.
It's the system face palming.
It can't take our lame jokes anymore.
Just can't. All of you stand around the standing stones. The basilisks fallen. They're huge. Well, they're as big as a medium-sized creature. They're 5 foot tall, a foot wide, and 3 foot long each.
In the immediate aftermath, when it becomes apparent that the fight's over, Leopold is just utterly overcome with emotion, like turns to try to like walk into a corner to have like a moment to himself, like catches himself a little bit because he's still tied to Bowie and has to like fumble to like untie the rope from around his waist as he goes to just stand facing a wall in the corner and just breaks down.
Leo?
You okay, bud?
They were nothing. They killed them like they were nothing. I really thought there for a moment that it happened for a reason, but the truth is, I'm just weak, aren't I?
Leo, that's not true, and you know it.
How did they turn me to stone for hundreds of years? And yet Gask and Longpaws were able to... It makes no sense. I'm the variable. I'm the thing that doesn't fit. I'm not chosen. I'm not here doing Thormodon's work. I'm a fool. A weak, damnable fool.
Leopold Andrer, cleric of Thormodon, and one of my best goddamn friends. You are not weak. You are not a fool. I've met a lot of fools. Okay? I've been a kid. I am a kid. I know a lot of foolish people. You're not one of them. Okay? You didn't have us last time you had to deal with these things. Dare I say, you didn't even have some of the crazy spells that you have now. That spell you did with the might? If you had had that, you could have just made him walk away. It never would have bothered you. Things are different now.
That's it. That's what I'm good for, isn't it? Be a noble, order other people around. People who know what they're doing. Can't do anything for myself.
Leopold, the basilisks may be dead, but these people, they still need saving.
And I can't help them.
Not yet. But you will. That's why you're here. If we hadn't come, no one would have discovered them.
Oof. It was scary.
And Leo, if you don't help them, who will?
I wonder if these are in the same configuration as they're supposed to be in the in the clearing.
It's like, I can't turn people back from being rocks. Pippin, can you?
No.
I don't think Bowie can. Longpaws can't. This was your purpose. It wasn't vengeance. It was rebirth. For all these people that have been trapped in this forsaken maze for who knows how long. That's the terrifying part. That's why you're here, Leo. That's why Thormodon brought you to Ark.
Leopold like smiles despite himself and like turns from the corner and looks over at Aramil. Now, when did you get so insightful about religious matters?
I have a really good teacher. You should meet him sometime. He's got this cool belt, a wicked mace, and has this really cool estate that he's trying to build.
And Leopold like smiles and looks down at Pippin as well. I'll need time before I'm able to channel the kind of power necessary for a greater restoration spell. But even then, it will take a great deal of time to help all of the people here. If you are willing to assist me, it may be possible for us to find a way to brew potions of greater restoration. I am sure that you would be capable of figuring that out, or helping me to do so. We may be able to help all of these people sooner by that method, if you would be willing.
I've never done something like that before. I'd need a recipe.
Oh, what's wrong with Leo?
Aramil, you said
Yeah.
you spent some time in the library at Woodhaven?
Yeah, I was mostly reading about high elf stuff, though. Why? What's up?
Well, and we will be visiting Oakhold
Mm-hmm.
to search their archives there. There's the possibility, I suppose, that we would find some kind of herbalist or alchemist notes that might give us some indication. I can't speak to the elven people myself, but I know they have a reputation for herbalism and potion craft.
What's... boy, what's wrong with Leo?
Oh, he's working out some stuff.
Leo, are you okay?
I will be in time. It was not quite the way I thought it would go. Sort of an anticlimax, I suppose. But Aramil and Pippin are right. There is still work that needs to be done here. And it is perhaps work that I am better suited for.
Hey, Pippin. I had an idea I would like to run by you.
All right. I like ideas.
Well, these things turned people to stone. Maybe there is a part of them that can turn them back not into stone.
Interesting point. I'm going to start digging around in my artificer's tools, pull out like a tiny little hammer and a tiny little scalpel, and I'll go, let's go see. And I start walking towards the basilisks.
Right. Let's. And I will carry him because that is fun.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an alchemist's tools roll.
Ooh, can I help with nature?
No, if you're proficient in anything that has to do with alchemy, then yes. Because he's going to be using alchemist tools.
Nope, just nature.
Okay.
Damn it. I'll hold it still, in case it is not dead and is faking.
Okay, it's not rolling. Hold on. I'm gonna reload.
Ooh. Not exactly what I had in mind, but not bad.
Give me a sec.
Okay, that was the test.
Can you Flash of Genius your own alchemy tool check?
I can, but
Can you do that before you know? Does that happen before you know the results or after you know the results?
we talked about this I think last time, and I could do it either or.
I mean, that would give it a +5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does a 19 succeed on what Pippin's trying to do?
Yes.
I think Mark's awesome.
Pippin, you're able to extract the gullet and the fluids contained within that gullet of the basilisk's within the basilisk's mouth and throat. The fluids within will likely be able to be processed into an oil that can break down the petrification process, and is probably why the basilisk is able to eat the creatures it petrifies.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I just figured because they only eat the statues they make, but if they could eat stone, then why wouldn't they just eat rocks? Anyway,
Speaking of rocks, we got some big ones we gotta try and get out of here. Caramel's gonna
Yeah,
walk-
I'll. Let me see if I can pick one of these things up. I guess. Will it even fit through the tunnels that we came in through? Like, we've got all those fucking tripwires and everything else. Like, this thing's bigger than a medium creature. Like,
I can always make it small.
oh,
You just have to be fast. Which
I'm not
you and
that
Aranil
fast.
are. Oh yeah, we haven't put the hooves on you yet.
oh. I'm not sure how to get these out of here. We've definitely found the right things. Do we just need to go get the guy and be like, "Hey, we found him," or
I think
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure he said we have to find them and bring them back. He wasn't going to do it for us.
Oh.
I think if I remember correctly, the offer was if you can take them, you can take them.
Yeah, maybe if we just, like... We're going to have to go, like, single file back where we came. But if we can get out of the little opening here, we should be able to
Bowie,
get him out.
Did you happen to track how far we traveled?
Laterally, we have traveled, maybe, and you can see Bowie like bites his tongue, kind of like points and guesses, like 120, 130 feet maybe, since Bowie like starts scribbling on his like on the dirt or on the stone with like a piece of chalk. Like 140 feet.
Okay, well, Aramil and I are pretty fast. Could we do the shrink and run thing?
No, because that would be if we went straight through the wall.
Oh, okay. Well, how far is it the other way?
A long ass way with a lot of traps.
Yeah.
Okay, but Pippin, how long can you make things stay small for?
Well, I can make things stay small for a minute, or I can make one person big for a lot longer, at least an hour.
And
I
for lifting,
don't
remember, for lifting and carrying capacity, long pause is considered
It's
a
already
size,
bigger.
is considered large, right?
Yeah.
So if you enlarge
so we can make her
her,
huge.
if you enlarge
Yeah,
her,
but will
with
I
that-
fit?
She'd be large size. Yeah, you'd fit without squeezing. None of the tunnels are small enough to constrict her.
Bowie, with the map you've been making in your head and with how you've been traveling and the fact that you are proficient with cartographer's tools, you can probably get a decent understanding of how far you've traveled through this place, or what the
Ballpark, I would guess maybe 1,000 feet. Like, I haven't actually measured it.
it's 700 and it's
Yeah,
about
like-
700 feet.
So, technically, if Aramil, if Long Paws were to become, like the best plan is to just have Long Paws get enlarged and then carry them out. Like, she'll be considered a huge creature. Her strength score means she could carry something like 16, or it might actually be 32 times what a normal person could. Like, the rocks aren't that big. Like, that'll work.
It'd be double. So it'd be
Yeah,
four
right.
times her. 4 times her. 4 times 15 times her strength modifier.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a truly ludicrous number. It's going to be like 2,800 pounds till it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's gonna be about. It's gonna be just over a ton.
So she could probably carry out all 3 stones.
Oh, yeah.
If it's
Well, that
enlarged,
depends on how much the stones weigh,
Yeah.
which is not something we've established yet.
Yeah. Well,
Well, this is our best option, and it's the only realistic one.
Yeah, it would take me
So-
slightly more than a minute to get out if it's 750 feet.
Yeah, I think the enlarged, because if you're enlarged for an hour, then yeah, that's the best plan. I think we should go for it.
Yep.
As long as
Okay.
I'm actually strong enough.
A normal one of the standing stones in Stonehenge weighs about 25 tons, and this is half the size of that.
So there's no way. There is literally
wait.
no way for us to get these out
The
of here.
Yeah.
stones in Stonehenge.
Wait,
Are-
25 tons. They're 50,000 pounds.
Each
Yeah,
stone,
I always thought the Stonehenge stones were bigger.
each stone in Stonehenge weighs 25 tons, and these are half the size of those stones.
So divide that weight by 4 because it's volumetric. Effectively,
Mhm.
we literally can't move these. Like, there is nothing we can do.
Oh, I already I looked up their weight by size.
Like even if it's 25 tons and you divide it by 8, like with
Well, it's
reduced.
15 cubic feet of weight, right? Of stone weight.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking just in general, right? Even if you divided it by 8, right? Like we literally, there is nobody in the party that could pick up even like 5 tons. Like you can't even pick up 1 ton.
Yeah, you would need, like, in order to pick up 1 ton, like even at huge size, Tagori can't pick up a ton.
She could pick up just over a ton, but her movement speed is now 5 feet. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Her lift weight at double what it currently is
Can somebody
1,400 pounds.
Uh,
We would need both
haste
strength. We would
for
need both
Expeditious
strength.
Retreat or something?
Expeditious Retreat is a self-targeting spell.
I
Yeah,
have
we would-
an
Okay.
elixir
of
at 10
swiftness.
speed.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
you
So
would- And run.
I
would
also have
need-
all my spell slots.
It is.
It's not really relevant.
You can't move far enough
Yeah.
in either direction to do it. Like
No,
That's
I can
what
do
I'm
it
saying.
if I was slightly faster. I could get out in under a minute.
So if we
It
can't
doesn't
move them,
matter.
what do we
It's-
do now?
it's gonna be
Well,
like.
I thought if they were small, they were also light enough.
What does
No.
reduce say? It's what divide the weight.
Reduce
by
is
eight?
Reduced by
1/8.
1/8.
Aramil, when
Yeah?
you were taking a look at those tripwire traps earlier, you indicated there was a sort of net made of the same material that was presumably holding some kind of great significant weight up as a trap. If we were able to disassemble one of these traps and take that material, could we perhaps create some kind of a sling to wrap around these stones that we might use to drag them? If this material is strong enough to hold up the stone, it might prove able to leverage them. And we might necessarily be able to pick the stones up, but we could maybe put enough force behind it to drag them out of here.
It's not a bad idea. Real quick, okay. So
Wait a
rewind,
sec.
because
One question, sorry. If they are they half the height or like 1/2 in every dimension?
Well, if it's
Okay.
15 cubic feet, it's
No, I'm
a
asking
one
about
ton.
the current. I'm asking about the current size of the stone.
Give me a second.
Well, you said they were 5 feet by 3 feet by 1 feet, right? So that would be 15 cubic feet.
Yes, they are 15 cubic feet.
Cubic footage weight of building and flagstone is 145 to 160 pounds per cubic foot for solid unbroken stone.
Okay. Well, these are the standing stones at Stonehenge are 13 feet high, about 7
feet.
feet long, and this only gives height and
It doesn't
Doesn't
give
give
depth.
depth,
it doesn't give depth.
but it's about two. They're about 2 to 3 feet deep, according to the.
okay. So, question from Mark.
Okay, so this thing is really almost a third of the size rather than half.
Which
2,400 pounds?
Did Mark or somebody in Chatland, did the Korad say if you can find them, you can keep them, or was it specifically if you can find them and take them, you can keep them?
He said if you
Let's
can get
see,
them,
everybody.
he said if you can get them, you can have them.
I wonder how he
Uh,
got them down here in the first
wait.
place.
What would happen if we shrink them and throw them in the magic holding bag? I don't know how those work.
Oh, the magic holding bag says. Bowie kind of holds it up to his ear. I can only hold 500 pounds. Yep, that's what it says.
Hold up a sec. Does
Okay.
Pippin? When on like setting up for the big events, I typically see little people walking around with like great heavy weights on floating disc thingies.
That is a spell, one that I do not know.
Damn it.
Okay. So wait, if I'm not enlarged, how much weight am I supposed to be able to carry?
You can carry
15 times
750
your strength.
pounds.
One person at
according-
a time.
So typically it would be 15 times your strength modifier, but because of Goliath's powerful build, you get double that.
Okay.
Your strength score is 12,
Yeah.
which means that typically you would carry 180, doubled that to 360. If you were enlarged for an hour, you could carry
640.
720.
You can basically carry 60 times your strength score. So whatever your strength score is,
Yeah, I was just trying to think if that would be an but if as soon as I hit that, if I hit my full carry thing or whatever,
that is your
then
your
my-
carry capacity. Anything over that, and then it's what? Double that. From there to double that is 5 feet per round.
for the push, drag,
Per
lift.
push, lift, drag, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And if we reduce the things, their weight is only reduced how much?
They're reduced to 1/8
By an
of their
eighth.
size.
If
So-
these things are 2,400 pounds and we reduce them, they only weigh 300 pounds.
Is that what we've established? Is that they weigh 2,400 pounds?
Well,
If they're 15 cubic feet.
she said if they're 15 cubic feet, which they are, that's how much they would weigh.
That's the high range of the weight, 160 pounds.
Yes. So if you, right now your carry capacity is 30 times your strength score, and if you were made a size larger, it becomes 60 times your strength score.
So if you could,
And if you
Well,
reduce, yeah,
30
but
times
that's-
my strength score is already 360, which is enough to carry them
if one is reduced, yes.
if one is reduced.
reduced. Yes.
Which means, and that would be with my full movement speed.
Yes.
Okay, so
How long?
I
how
have
long
a
are they able
walk
to be
speed of
reduced?
35. A minute.
A minute.
You could get it
If
to
we-
the entrance, but that's about it, right?
But if we enlarge her, then it lasts longer and she can still carry them.
Yes. Enlarging her is the better plan if you have a way to do
Yeah.
that.
I thought
But
if I
we'd
was
have to do
enlarged,
both.
I wasn't be strong enough still.
No, if you're enlarged, you have a carry capacity of... Oh, right, because it doesn't... Because reduces its weight by 8 times, but
Yeah.
but only doubles her strength,
Correct.
her carry
Right.
capacity.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's our problem.
Right.
How many...
If you
But
could
if
enlarge
there's
her,
a potion of sweetness, what's the potion of swiftness do?
You get 10 extra feet.
Yep.
So that'd be an extra 30 feet per thing.
per round.
So I can, by default, I'm 35 times 3, so I'm 105. This would make me 135 per 6 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you
you'd
can
be
get
able
it
to get
out.
outside.
You can get
So you
one.
can move 1,300 feet
So you could
in a 1 minute period.
You could get. You would be able to get one out the door,
Stuff
In a
is
mi-
out.
and then
In
you
a minute.
have to.
And then I have to come back and get another one.
But this is another that this gets us to the door. But the problem is we have to get these stones all the fucking way back to the clearing where
Yes,
we
but
left
if
Celisana
If we
at.
get them out of here, then we can just do the old-fashioned dragging method. All of us teamed up with pulleys.
Once
or
you get them out of
ropes.
here, they're yours, right? So you can do whatever you want with them.
Right.
But
I figure we just
the
have to get them
question-
out of the garden.
The question
The
is,
question
how many
is,
times
how
can you
many-
reduce it?
Yeah, that was.
I have
exactly
a
what I was
potion.
gonna ask.
A potion of growth for long pause, and then I can reduce it 4 times.
Okay.
Oh, you also have a potion of growth.
Whoa. If you give Long Paws the potion of growth, and you reduce all 3 sending stones, she can get them out in one
Trip.
In one trip.
You can only, but it reduces a concentration, and he can't twin it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has to make 3 trips.
Re-
But
she,
that's
He'd
fine.
have
she
to
makes- She would still have to make 3 trips, but she could do it. You can do it.
Okay, there we go. I thought the you're enlarging. I didn't know that was a potion. I thought that was a spell you were casting.
right.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
That makes a huge difference because she can drink the
Grow long pause, shrink stones. Long pause zooms out of here, and comes back and zooms out and then zooms out, and then we're good.
Another
Yeah.
question.
Assuming the
is
guy
that,
doesn't give her any trouble.
Yeah, is that cranky old dwarf gonna let us come back down here?
I could probably, if I'm enlarged, I can probably take a party member with to guard the stone.
Or
Sure.
she just
I
she
will
just
guard
co-
the stones. Let's go.
she just sticks him under her cloak. Because they're reduced, she's enlarged. She sticks him under her cloak, and she's invisible to the guy, so she just neumes back and forth, and he can't see her.
I will go with long pause because I want to have a word with this Corrid.
Okay. Okay. Plan stone extraction. Let's go.
All right.
Pippin,
I start
do you want
brewing.
to-
Well, so I'll drink the potion. And
Do you mind if I take a short rest?
Have fun. I'm going to be running around.
Oh, I don't. He said he had to start brewing. How long does it take for you to make a potion?
An action. To make an elixir,
Oh.
it's an action.
Got it. All right.
He does the very fast potions. You know, like when you're have a coloring water for fun, and you like put a couple drops in, and you swirl it around, and up, look, it's done.
Okay. Pippin, you make the potion. Long pause drinks it, growing in size. You reduce the first stone, and she carries it to the
And the
entrance.
Leo. Just to get it.
She carries it and Leo to the entrance of the maze.
Ooh, thank goodness I put those pamphlets on the strings so that she can avoid them.
It is easier when I know exactly where I have to step over.
The Corrid is not at the entrance to the maze when you get there, but Long Pause puts the standing stone down, which immediately pops after a few moments, back into its normal size, leaving you and the standing stone at the entrance, Leo.
Guard our pretty stone. I'm going back for more.
I can do.
I'm going with long pause the first time, so I will be at the entrance or whatever. I just can't move myself there because
I got you.
walls.
I'm gonna move you there.
Can I make a nature check to try and gut the gullet out of the other basilisk?
Yeah. That's
Since
fine.
I watched Pippin do it.
Uh-huh. So
Pippin did it. I'm sure I
think
can.
nature is your knowledge of it. I think it would be survival to actually gut it.
It's even better. 14.
Okay.
And I'll add my,
Flash
Spark
of
of-
genius.
yeah, because I'll be observing, giving suggestions. No,
Oh,
don't
While
cut
waiting
that
for
one,
Long
cut
Paws
that
to get
one.
back.
Rip the gizzard right out.
Bowie, you and Leo have a couple of minutes there while Long Pause is getting the next standing stone.
Is it this one? Do I cut this one? Pippin. I'm just going for that.
Pippin, did you roll
Just don't
your...
cut the red one.
What does the Flash of Insight give him?
+5
Okay.
to that roll.
Yeah, no, I just imagine it's like when Chewie and Han are fixing the Millennium Falcon inside the Hoth base, and he's like, that one, no, that one goes there, that one goes there, and Grask is just...
So, Leo, Bowie, the two of you are standing at the entrance, waiting for Longpaws to return. The Korred is nowhere to be found. But you are here in his tunnels, waiting with the Standing Stone, which has returned to normal size.
How do we get out? Is there like a door here? Because
Yeah.
he like opened the door for us to come in.
There's
Is the door to his house?
There's a stone wall. You can see the outline of a door, but it looks like it's just kind of like drawn on, with a knocker on it.
When Longpaws has brought all three of the stones here to the entrance, I will cast a sending spell to our host if he does not immediately recognize that we have achieved the task that he has set for us. If he fails
I've got
to
a
respond to
different
that,
idea.
if he fails to respond to that, then I will simply need to take a rest to be able to recommune with Thormodin, and I will make sure that I prepare the stone shape spell, and I will carve us a way out of here.
See, I like that idea better. Help me with this, would you? And Bowie just kind of hands Leopold the other handle of the battering ram that he carries around. Knock, knock, motherfucker.
Open
I think
up.
we were set up for this? Because I'm pretty sure we were set up for this.
One moment, please, and Leopold's going to rummage around inside his pack and take out his miner's pick and just spend a bit of time just pressing against the rock, trying to like determine like a suitable weak spot to hit with the battering ram.
Okay.
Go, Leo.
So
You can-
it's with advantage and +5, if I remember correctly. So what's your
Yup.
strength modifier, Leo?
+3.
Mine's +4. Is it athletics or
Yep, it's athletics.
interesting? Interesting.
Bowie has a new door bashing buddy.
It's off to the Fae we go.
25.
25. You slam the battering ram into the stone door shape, and right where Leo determines as a weak spot, and it begins to crack, shooting cracks throughout the stone. It doesn't fall apart yet, but it has cracked significantly.
You guys had. Never mind, I'm not there.
You're not there.
You guys had.
But you probably heard it.
No one.
Oh, once more with emphasis, right? You know, if they don't answer on the first knock, you usually knock repeatedly, right, Leo? Like, that's the polite thing to do. Bowie kind of smiles devilishly at you.
Well, I'm given to
Natural
wonder-
20, so that's a roll of 33.
32.
I'm given
32.
to understand that creatures here in the Feywild have certain opinions with regards to what is properly polite, what is etiquette and decorum, but you are a Fey creature after all, so I will follow your lead on this one.
The
I love it.
stone door breaks inwards and starts crumbling and collapsing out. You have a large hole now with several pieces of door above and below it that seem loose and crumbly. But you could crawl through the hole you have now knocked in this stone wall with the battering ram. At this point, the Korred kind of like looks through the hole and at the two of you and is like, "Now what the hell did you do to my door?"
Oh, what the hell did you do to all those people in there?
"I ain't do nothing to no people."
Uh-huh.
Were you aware of the things that were inside? Part of me suspects that you were.
"Well, yeah, there's my pets in there."
Oh, Dreadfully sorry about that.
What did you do to my pets?
Oh, I didn't do anything to them.
Me either. You should talk to the big red guy. He's from our billing department.
Is that true? Brask doesn't know.
Are Ricky and Lucy okay?
Well,
No.
how do you feel about child funerals? They seem kind of, small for lizards.
He's got a look of
gonna be-
horror on his face.
I'm gonna be following Longpaws.
Okay,
back.
have a nice day. As
Yeah, I'll be
Bobby and
going with
Leo
him.
just start dragging this other fucking stone through the hole we have just made into his house.
The Kored comes rushing, pushes past you to get into the maze. Long pause after a minute or so, comes rushing back with the final stone.
Oh, just right in through here. Come on, just set it outside. We should probably get moving. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
jeez, what the? And Aramil looks at the shattered door. What the? Huh? What happened?
Frightfully poor job that he's done. For somebody with such an interest in stone, you really ought to get a mason in here and see to it. I mean, it's falling apart. Slightest little tap.
The
Kored
Kored
gonna
goes
ask.
rushing past all of you as you guys are starting to file your way out of this place, heading towards the center of the maze, and you'll
Ermal's
begin
gonna-
dragging the stones out of this place.
Ermal's gonna loosen up, do some stretches, and put his new strength to use.
Yeah, I guess technically Aramil would have been the best person to.
No.
We could have given
Well-
Long Paws the gloves to make her strength capacity even higher, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll
Yeah,
figure
Longpaws
it
is faster than me anyway, so.
out. It's all good.
You
It is a recent development that I'm that much faster, though.
you drag the stones out of this cave, and you can hear while you're dragging them out, you can hear from deep within the maze, Lucy, Ricky, no, no, what have they done to you?
Do you know some of the statues or something? Did we accidentally break one as we left?
Oh, yep. I think the things inside must ate his favorite statues. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Buddy boy, I trust you.
Not asking. Nope, this is one question I don't want the answer to.
Well,
Bowie?
it wasn't Mikey he was talking about, so.
Maybe he was talking about that gargoyle.
Nah, that's
it-
Mikey
it-
might.
So, Bowie, it occurs to me that Salasana said that we were in a certain part of the Feywild, that there are different regions. Do you know
Huh?
what region we're in currently?
Oh, Summer Court.
Yes.
A court. So there's a ruler, a noble.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah, you would know that, I think. It's basic stuff. Your parents wouldn't have... Would your parents have said anything about the Feywild to you, or would they have not been mum about it? That's
I mean, when you talk, if you emigrated from I don't know, fucking Russia, do you talk about Vladimir Putin all the time? If you live in the United States, I mean, maybe you do, but
Depends on how many
understand if you
generations have passed.
yeah.
if you want-
How many
or-
generations removed are your parents from the Feywild?
I would assume just one, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's one of those things of this would be hey, if you emigrated from the Earth to Mars, would you talk about President Bill Clinton?
Well,
Former
probably.
president, you know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things where this is so far abstracted, I don't know that you would.
Well, okay,
Right, like, if
my
they
grandmother
thought-
was Polish by birth, but her grandparents were the ones who emigrated to the U.S. But she still learned a whole lot of stuff about Poland and Polish culture and everything.
And Bowie,
So-
I think it would be far fetched for you to not know that Titania was queen of the Summer Court.
Yeah, it's one of those things of it's easier for me to say no because I, the player, know the answer, and for you, the DM, to tell me no, you would absolutely know this.
Yeah,
So-
you know this. Especially
yep.
looking at chat, Dio and Emmy are very, very much saying like, yes, you would, if you were an immigrant or your parents were, you would definitely talk about your homeland.
So, it's a real tall woman named Titania.
Metallic.
Sort of. Yeah.
I intend to explain to this Karat that I will be attempting to petition to Queen Titania's court for permission to cure all of the people that he has kept locked in his rock garden. And hopefully that will put some level of fear into him, even if he is not scared of us.
Well, we
Yep,
couldn't
sounds good to me.
problem.
You
So
you push the stones for
push, pull,
a
drag.
while.
Well, the good news is it's at least downhill this time.
Yeah. It takes you a while to get there. It's exhausting. It is difficult. It is heavy. But eventually, after quite a bit of hard labor, you get the stones back into place. Selisana comes skipping out of the nearby summer forest, and looks at your handiwork.
Is this the burden of being strong? 'Cause so I don't want it. That sucked.
I think this one needs to be moved over a little bit. She smirks at you.
No.
You can't say no to a god.
I just did.
I need you to come down here.
He's already down there. Can't you see? He's practically unconscious on the ground.
Pretty much. Okay. Give me a second. And I'll push the stone a little bit. And then fall, full back onto the grass.
She looks down.
Aramil, I understand that this is new to you, but I assure you, by tomorrow it will start to feel like a good hurt. And it will get easier in time.
You know, I was just kidding, right? I was just going to
He's
tweak your
lying.
nose. That's why I wanted you to come down here.
Well, I had a feeling, but you know.
Oh, well, now I feel bad. And she's going to walk up to you, and she'll walk up to each of you, and she'll touch each of you, making you feel like you've had the time to rest a little bit. And if this were in game mechanics, she would remove a level of exhaustion were you to have it.
Oh, whoa.
And still
I
must
feel great.
fly. Come here, Luna.
Looks at your handiwork. She smiles broadly and warmly at each of you. So, journey with friends, accomplishing a task. How'd it feel?
Oh. It was good. It was a lot. There's some scary stuff down there. But we made it. And
There's a funny little Mike Mite. Do you know the Mike Mite?
Oh, I don't know a mite, but I know mites are mean.
yeah, he tried to stab Longpaws and Grask.
He did stab Grask. I don't think it hurt very much, but he did stab him.
Sorry you had to deal with that, but some journeys have danger on them, and when you work together, you can surpass it.
Yeah. It's kind of our job, you know.
I do. Well-
Yeah, you do.
This circle will take you to the ancient forest. That is where you're headed next, right?
To Oakhold, if possible.
Well, it's not going to take you right to Oakhold, but it will get you to the ancient forest.
Well, I don't mean to be rude in asking, but will it take us to the right section of the ancient forest? Because I'm pretty sure that's a really big area.
I can get you close.
Okay.
That'll have to do.
I'm supposed to trust goddesses, right?
Well, I don't
This
know, but
one
you
for
can trust
sure.
me. She smiles at Bowie as they both say the same thing. She gives you a wink, Bowie. It's just this warm smile and a wink. What he said.
Well, what do we do? Do we want to
That's up
camp
to
in
you.
the Feywild for the night and then head off in the morning? Does it become night here? I really don't know.
You don't want to... Here... Sometimes. When it feels like it.
You know, that makes sense, actually.
Well, listen, there's a party down there. She points in the direction of the Bacchanals. If you want to go hang out there for a while, we can certainly do that. I'm gonna go do that whether you guys stick around or not. I gotta make sure Piper actually delivers those presents.
I think I'm gonna come with you.
Great. Anybody else?
So we're not leaving yet.
Well, what do you guys say? One night, day, whatever it is, of partying in the Feywild, and then we hit the road?
Well,
We
you
can
guys
stay-
have a
Here and read a
job to
book.
do, and Salasana said that it's important.
It is important.
I mean, Randolph of Woodhaven needs that book. But I
You're
feel like maybe
suggesting-
my talents might be better served to stay here for a while.
You want us to go without you?
For now, yeah.
What about Mare?
What
She'll
about
miss
the
you.
paperwork?
Or she'll miss me.
Bowie walks up to you, Long Pause, and places his hand on your forehead and begins to cast the Find Familiar spell. DM, how much creative leniency am I allowed to have here?
Silasana looks at what you're doing after listening to Long Paw's question, and she's stroking her chin. Go ahead and do what you were planning to do.
As Bowie finishes casting the spell, you know how to cast Find Steed now and can summon Mare wherever you want to go.
You can see that Bowie is concentrating hard. Long pause and places his hand on your forehead, and he is concentrating extremely hard. And Selisana sneaks up behind him, smiling, and she puts the tiniest point of her pinky finger against Bowie, and you can see celestial power kind of swirl up his leg, over his body, through his hand, and wash over you. And she puts a finger to her lips and goes,
Would you say it even arcs through Bowie?
and then she quietly slips back to where she had been standing before Bowie started concentrating on this spell. Bowie, you feel the power. You feel your connection to Mare transfer from you to Long Pause. You realized, hey, it worked.
Yep.
Bowie? How do you say thank you and yet this is really weird at the same time? Because,
Well, I bet if you just tell her thing that when she's not with you, she can come back and tell me those things.
we're gonna have her be our pen pal? Or make us pen pals or something?
For now, I think so.
Yeah, but, like, how long are you gonna be gone? Because I've kind of gotten used to you. And you're not a scary person?
I don't know. Things are different here.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Well, don't cry. You've got friends in different places now.
I like friends being in the same place as me.
Well, maybe I'll try to come visit when I can. But it might be a while.
Okay.
So,
I'll give him a hug. And then I'll go hug Mare and cry into her fur.
I'll walk up to Bowie. So, I guess that answers that question I asked you earlier, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
It's okay. I get it.
I have some things I gotta take care of here.
No,
I got somebody I'd like to maybe spend some more time with. I think she's also got some work for me.
I mean, I can't say I blame you. I didn't know my grandma, so you know.
That's not who I'm talking about, Aramil. But
Oh, yeah. Right. Forgot about that.
Celisana is standing there with, like, her feet crossed over one another and one hand behind her back and is kind of, like, waving with a huge smile at you, Aramil.
Well, I guess we'll have to let Dot know when we're back, and I'm gonna miss you, man. You were the brother I never had and didn't know I needed.
well, so here's the deal. I bet if you find Lou out in the real world, he could probably bring you back here. He goes back and forth all the time, so...
Yeah, I guess if we catch him at a show or something, I can ask. He's kind of, I don't know, he's not you, and I don't know that I like that, but if it's what we gotta do to come visit, then we'll do it.
I bet you'll see me before you realize it.
Alright. And I'll give Bowie a big ol' hug and walk away.
Bowie kind of looks at Leo, hands him the battering ram. For all your wall breaking needs, my friend.
You are good at that. At breaking down walls. Emotional as well as physical.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
going to miss you a great deal. There's a part of me that feels that I might also have work that needs doing here in the Feywild, but the group need me. They will be going into the ancient forest, and there is a possibility that they might be hurt. So one of us should be there to heal them if that happens. And Leopold looks across to Salasana a little bit warily.
You'll do
I
great.
admit that I never knew much of her. But if she is as loving and compassionate and has as much concern about the good of everybody that they meet as you do, then I'm sure that she would try to help those people if she can. If you all have time, if you could deliver the petition to Queen Titania for me, I intend to return and restore those people once I am able. I am not yet
I'll make sure that happens.
as powerful a cleric of Thormodon as is necessary, but there are some things that I can do. And I'm going to burn inspiration to have Leopold sort of kneel down, set out his shield, take the horseshoes and set them on, and just channel arcane energy from Thormodon to attach the horseshoes of speed to Bowie's feet.
New shoes for a new trip.
I get the feeling I'm going to be traveling a lot, so that'll help. Thanks, Leo.
Wherever you go, may Thormodon's blessing go with you, my friend. And Leopold's going to stand up and just pull Bowie into a big old hug.
I'll hug him back. Well, Pippin, it's been real.
Bowie, you changed my life. Literally.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that money we found changes it some more.
I don't know what we're going to do without you. Literally.
I'd say you're probably going to head to Woodhaven at some point. Oh, that Randolph guy needs your help. And there's bad stuff going on. But you guys kind of aren't qualified for bad stuff. So be careful. I love you guys. You'll do great.
Stay safe, boy.
I will, Grask.
Alright.
I guess Bowie and Celisana begin to walk towards the Bacchanals, leaving you guys with the teleportation stones.
What about the bag of holding?
I was going to say, you're going to tell us how to use these first?
Celisana looks at all of you and says, if you're ready to go, climb on in.
Into what?
The circle. When you all have proceeded to step into the circle, Celisana places her hand on one of the sending stone, on one of the one of the standing stones, and the dim glow of the runes begins to brighten and shimmer, and the circle fills with white light. There is a thrumming of power, and when the light dissipates...
Real quick.
Yeah.
As we're getting zoomed out of the Feywild, I'm going to burn a psionic energy dice and reconnect with Bowie as we're fading out and just say, stay bodacious, brother.
Will do.
The light engulfs you, and when it fades, the 5 of you find yourself in an altogether different forest. It's dark and full of trees of impossible size and girth. It smells of the real world again. The sweet smell of the Feywild, the warmth of the place, the buzzing sensation of magical energy all around you is gone. And you are left a little bit colder as you arrive there, one short of who you left with. Back in the Feywild, Bowie, Selisana holds a hand out to you.
Yep.
Ready to go?
No. But it'll be okay.
She smiles a little bittersweetly. And she transforms into the figure of the young woman that you had chased for years. Her shedding any vestiges of the halfling form. Let's just say she's dressed for the party at the Bacchanals. And
Yup.
she skips as she leads you back to see Gran and your kin. We'll have fun. Everything will be alright.
Yep.
And,
I know.
she squeezes your hand as you skip along. And I think that will conclude our session of ARC for this evening. Let's do some favorite moments. Why don't we just go around as normal? So Pippin, tell me a favorite Pippin moment, and then we'll open it up to the table.
I really liked being the voice of reason for Leopold once, rather it be the other way around. And it's like, yeah, the Vasculists are dead, but they're still people in stone. Why are you giving up now?
Others? Favorite Pippin moments?
I know it's something that gets said about Gage a lot, in that you're very good at like condensing a lot of emotion and context for your character down into very, very neat sound bites. But saying goodbye to Bowie with the phrase of like, "You literally changed my life," that was just such a neat callback to the whole bit with that Bowie made a wish and it changed Pippin's entire backstory.
I I really liked Pippin being able to do some alchemist stuff, not specifically artificer stuff, with the stones and the potions and all that.
Very vital to getting those stones out of there. I did like your little bubbles idea you were going to try, though. It's a pity it didn't work.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Pippin is that even though he was kind of butts head with Bowie every once in a while, they definitely had like a little bit of a repertoire with each other. So it was good. I like that.
Well, Pat.
I
Go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I just really like the dynamic Pippin has with Grask as a character, mostly like with the dissecting the basilisks. And like he knows Grask isn't like the smartest guy in the room, but every time Grask goes, "I have an idea," and Pippin's like, "I love ideas. Fire away." He never gets frustrated. He never gets frustrated with Grask's potentially stupid ideas.
Bowie. Pat, favorite Bowie moment.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm gonna end a character's arc, like ending in the Feywild with your literal goddess girlfriend. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Big
Like,
kitty god GF.
pretty much.
Since this is kind of the end of Bowie's arc right here. I mean, this is literally what
And-
Bowie has always wanted.
In more ways than one.
Oh God. You can feel free to share a moment about Bowie for tonight, or a moment for the entirety of the campaign so far.
Just generally, like I said, the fact that Bowie is this character who's like warm, compassionate, cares about people, took a game where the premise is like make money and turned it into make friends. And then a more specific moment from tonight's that alludes to like the dynamic that Bowie and Leopold have had is that there's been a couple of moments where they've been able to be this really fun double act of like confronting Rack or going off on a minecart adventure together, or like deciding,
Knocking
okay,
doors.
this guy's not going to open the door, we're going to ram it down. And just being very different characters, but sometimes getting on the same wavelength of like, no, now it's time to just mess stuff up.
You're like, I want to send a message, and I'm like, oh, I want to send a message too.
I mean, I kind of said it in character, but Bowie was the brother Airmill never had. The cool older brother probably gets into trouble a little too much, gets you in trouble with him, but it's a good time all around, you know?
Bowie and I never had a girls' night.
You can come to the Feywild sometime. Like, just pester Mare to be like, I need a girls' night, and then just dismiss her, and then she can come tell Bowie and Salasana, and we'll come pick you up for girls' night.
Word of warning, do not let Piper hear the words girls' night.
Will she do the same thing if Bowie's there? Getting me Mare was cool.
Hey, look! Now you get to be both rangers. You get to be both a Beastmaster and a Gloomstalker ranger.
No, this would mean by yeah, it's really sad that I'm playing Beastmaster Ranger in my other game, and I've gotten far more use out of your cat than I ever did out of any of my actual pets.
Well, here's the other deal, Mark. Give this woman Find Greater Steed whenever she gets 4th level spells, for the love of God. And just beef up the mare stats whenever she gets it. Like,
Mare is most awesome as she is. Although she cannot get hurt or I will kill things.
yeah, it's a great plan. I like that plan.
Okay, but can Mega Griffin stats and rather than growing wings just turns into Nyan Cat? Just like runs on rainbows.
There's a
Like
there's
a
a fake
toaster?
creature. There's a
It turns into Pop-Tart.
there's a fake creature that's basically just a tiger with wings, but I can't remember what it is. But that's what she should turn into.
Like a giant Tressum.
Yeah.
It's not a
Ooh,
Tressum.
pretty.
There's Scarlet Lark in the Discord knows what the creature is. She has one as a mount in a different game, but you should look it up. It's super awesome.
Is it the one where it's like part deer as well, or is that something else?
I can't remember.
You can just make it a chimera.
Either way,
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, Milo saying bye to Bowie.
kitty, 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 pretty kitty.
Yeah.
So my question
dare
is:
you make me cry.
Are you making a new? Are you just making a new character?
We can discuss after the game.
All right, sounds good.
But how dare you make me cry? More Bowie moments.
Yeah. Anybody else? Bowie moments.
I really liked him tying Leo to his belt.
That was cute.
My favorite tonight was you actually getting to use your battering ram. But
Yeah.
I think my favorite over the campaign was when Pippin was racing to I forgot what the other Fey city was. Not Fey, Elf
Woodhaven.
City.
When you were going to
Woodhaven.
Woodhaven to rescue Aramil.
Yeah, that little story bit.
David, your favorite Leo moment?
Just the fact that Leopold like got to literally and directly like confront his past, and then like had a mental breakdown about like, wow, I suck. My entire life got ruined by this exact situation, and yet these people around me handled it no problem. I'm clearly just the worst. And the fact that like that Aramil and Pippin stepped in and were basically like Aramil being like reassuring of like, no, you can still do a lot, and Pippin being almost like a drill sergeant of just in that terms of like, you don't have time to be self-pitying right now. There are people that need you. Pull yourself together, like very much being like the leader of the group.
Other favorite Leo moments?
I enjoyed his consternation at not knowing what was going on with Mike the Mite.
When did you become so wise in the ways of religion? That was pretty cool.
Who are you who are so wise in the ways of science?
See, here's the thing I love. It's like Bowie and Leo being like, did this guy set us up? This guy set us up. Like,
Yeah.
the seeing Leo get to be like troubled with his own past, right, was good. Like it's like it's I don't want to say it's like a now that he's experienced it, he can start moving past it, right? But now, like he has a way to get back to the Feywild. Like if he could figure out a way to get back to the Feywild and fix the problem that this dude created, right? So like, and it would be like therapeutic for him, and he has that like goal now. So it's good. It's really good.
I did just enjoy as well, like the confrontation with the Korred, with like Bowie basically asking, like, did you like put all these people in here? And the fact that it was just like, oh no, I didn't do that. I definitely didn't kill anybody. And then when like it started realizing by what we were saying that like we'd killed the basilisks, and it was like, what did you do? And the fact that Leopold was able to turn that back around and go like, oh, I didn't do anything to them. Just very documents that, just obeying the letter of the law.
He never mentioned anything about pests or pets or anything.
Bowie didn't even see what happened.
Yeah,
True. But we just found dead basilisks.
I heard
Just realized that.
I heard squelching and walked into a room with a bunch of big rocks and 2 dead basilisks. And it's like, I don't fucking know. Like, Grask usually kills everything, so he probably did it.
One was filled with arrows, so you could probably come to a conclusion about that one.
I don't draw conclusions.
It's not that good an artist.
I lack painting. I lack the painter's pet. So
Bowie draws maps, not conclusions.
Yeah, exactly.
Long pause. Tig, what was your favorite long pause moment tonight?
It was a little fun to have an excuse to be vexed and work out some irritation.
Can I just say I loved Longpaw's entire interaction with the mite, because it was literally like a cat playing with a mouse.
It was a small thing I could toss around.
Yeah. I really like that Longpaws got to do basically Goliath things with the fact of being able to use the powerful build and some like if Longpaws was not here, we couldn't have done this, I don't think. That was just cool because
even remotely close. Like,
I do enjoy Goliath as a race a lot, and I feel like a lot of their features just don't get used too often. Like the powerful build is nice, but like I can count on the number, or I can count on one hand where it's like a party has made use of that, and tonight was one of them. And I just think that's cool because I think Goliaths are cool.
Yeah, no, what it comes down to is that if you have a Goliath in the party, they hold the bag of holding.
I haven't gotten to do that yet.
well, Bowie's not strong, and he still has the bag of holding. So sorry about your shit luck.
Yeah. Guess Bowie's not getting paid.
Never did get paid.
Nope.
Bowie never did get paid. Can't
I
really.
asked. I wanted instructions. Nobody ever gave them to me.
But it's
And
fine.
Bowie
He's with
left.
Galatana now. Get laid,
Yeah.
not paid.
He ain't getting paid. One letter away, baby.
Yeah, other long pause moments. Gage, Aramill.
Stay bodacious, brother.
It's fair.
In that vein, I love. This is more of a Gage than an Aramil thing. But all night long, it was very clear that Gage was trying to find something to do with other people in this dungeon, and it was just a disaster at every turn. And I sincerely appreciated the effort. Like, you went so far above and beyond that it is truly commendable, dude. Like, you did a truly, truly awesome job. You have my respect as both a player, and I am sincerely excited to see your game on Saturday. I think it's Saturday night?
Yep.
I am sincerely excited to watch you stream for the first time on Saturday night. I'm going to try to be there. And I think anybody, if you're out there in Chatland, come watch a really good player and a guy I suspect is also going to be a really great DM. Run a campaign through some the detective shit in Eberron. Like, it's gonna be awesome.
So cool.
100%. The moment where you were talking to Leo when he was having his breakdown was my favorite moment for you tonight. And I sent Pat a message on Discord saying that, just saying, Gage is a fantastic player. He just specifically because of exactly what Pat just said. You look for ways to engage and include the other players at the table in what is happening. You look for opportunities for your character to put other players' characters into the spotlight. And that it is refreshing to have players that do that. So, yeah, 100%.
Just working off a little bit from the fact that Aramil was like stepping in to reassure Leo when he was having his breakdown. I love that that came on the tail end of Aramil being like a little bit freaked out about Leopold using compulsion to force the little mite to go round the corner when it really, really didn't want to. Because it's like Aramil in a lot of ways is still like young, a little naive and sheltered, hasn't seen a lot of the world. And it's just seeing the ways that Leopold is like, again, lawful neutral, not lawful good. So he can get a little dicey at times. And having that response of like, okay, I don't know if I'm completely okay with that. But putting that to one side and just recognizing like my friend is in pain, I need to help them. Like Aramil's just, he's a good egg.
Chris, favorite Grask moment?
Getting to, I mean, this was a bit of a dungeon crawly sort of thing. But I mean, just in general, him not really getting it when finding out, or when he was rolling dex checks at disadvantage.
Others? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were... Sorry.
No, it's all good. That's basically it.
I loved your threat. Your threat was awesome.
Thanks.
It's just when the mite went to stab at Longpaws and try to escape, and Grass basically like just tripped them up so that they fell on their face in the mud unconscious. Just like the bully in an 80s movie, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, did Mite wake up and walk off while we were playing with the basilisks?
Actually, he's out for 1d4 hours.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sorry. Definitely my favorite Grask moment was because for a while there I thought him and Bowie were gonna play baseball with the mite, And I'm so ready for it. But yeah, no, Grass just fucking with Mike the Knight was pretty great.
I will say that I feel that my best DM moments for tonight came at the very end of the adventure. And just having Celisana be a conduit to allow some just excellent player moments to facilitate certain parting gifts. That was probably one of my favorite DM moments, like that I got to roleplay tonight. So
That was cool.
What'd you do to Ricky and Lucy?
That was cool too.
I feel bad for being addicted to that guy, but I also
And
don't.
being able to be like, who? 'Cause he-
Longpaws is quite happy she didn't realize they were pets, and she's going to continue denying anything that indicated they might have been pets, because then she would feel guilty. He was mourning his favorite statues.
I'm gonna miss the Feywild.
well, don't miss it too hard because
Oh,
Yes.
fuck. Hey, Mark.
yeah,
How many of them have to make wisdom saves to remember what happened in the Feywild?
I was just going to ask if we're going to forget or not.
Celosana sent them, so they might not have to forget.
yeah, I don't think they're gonna forget. I think Celisana protected them, and that's why she sent them through the circle.
Otherwise, we might be a little concerned about what happened to Bowie.
I would have been so pissed.
I would have
forgot
given you my
that was a thing.
inspiration. I would have given you my inspiration. I don't give a
Okay.
fuck.
Okay, but
I'd have been like,
logistically-
no, Gage just gets my inspiration so he doesn't forget. He doesn't even roll. He just doesn't forget.
in some parallel reality where we actually did have to make that roll and all failed it really badly, and it basically turns into we went on a mushroom trip, woke up and couldn't find Bowie, and it turns into us trying to track him down.
We went on a mushroom
Dude, where's
trip
my
to Wolf-
Seder?
in a totally different place.
It's like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, but worse.
Yeah, and since I wouldn't understand that I could now talk to Mare, we'd have this issue of Mare knows how to find him, Mare's connected to him,
Wouldn't
but
wouldn't it just be dude mares my car?
well, it's like, I mean, Aramil would auto succeed the save.
I
Yeah, because Fey ancestry. Fey creatures automatically succeed on the saving throw, like elves that have the Fey trait, and it's a DC 10 Wisdom save
Yeah.
in the DMG
Okay.
anyway.
Regardless
I didn't-
of that, I think you all would be protected from it. The Hangover D&D edition. Oh, and
Yeah.
Ooh, what about the time warp?
I guess
You
you'll
don't
find
want
out.
we don't want to know.
Cool.
Well, guys, I hope you had fun. We're gonna go find a place to raid because we got raided twice, so we should share the love. And excuse me, we'll see you all next week for Arc. Same bat time, same bat channel. There's no help wanted tomorrow, but we will be having the Dance Macabre at 7 p.m. So we will see you all then. Have a good night.